So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over to the cycle hunter system. Okay, we're going to flip it over there and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Alrighty guys, so let me just kind of add a little color to this in the process of what we're doing here, because on the 1 minute execution chart that you have here, you actually have 4 different execution charts. You can use a 5-minute chart, you can use a 4-minute for market structure here, you can use a 1-minute chart to execute, and you can use a 40 range chart as well. Okay, so you got 4 different options that you can choose. Today, we were asked to show this in the 1-minute chart. So we're going to focus on the 1-minute chart today for our examples. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this bad boy all the way back to about maybe 8:55, right before 9 a.m. Now, this particular chart, guys, has a bunch of components to it. Okay, you've got your daily chart right here. That kind of gives you the overall breadth of the market on a daily basis. So the market's been bullish since, right around April 1st, okay? So market's been bullish right around April 1st right there. It's just going up, 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 even though you have oscillations over the course of days, right? The 4-hour chart, this is your 240-minute, kind of gives you your broad view of where you're at in the cyclic swing in price. And if you notice at the 8 a.m. bar, which is right here, the 8 a.m. bar before the market really even takes off, it's downside, guys. I mean, you had downside right here with cycle coming down. You have downside right here. It peaked over here and it's coming down. So you have downside that is going to be potentially coming down. So if your 4-hour chart is kind of hinting at downside, then you want to establish your bias on the 60-minute. That's the idea here, okay? Use your broad base 4-hour to just kind of get a real broad view of how the market is actually looking at things. And then you look at your 1-hour, which is what we're going to do. So if the market already tapped out right here and it looks like it might be coming down, this is the 8 a.m. bar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring down my 1-hour chart right here and see exactly where we're at as far as the rotation. So the market's kind of been a little bit flattish since like 1 in the morning right there, just kind of rolling around right there. And I'm going to go ahead and play this and see where it goes. And once we go ahead and get to 9 a.m., then you're going to have the next signal with the next bar right here with Predicmo. Now, Predicmo on this 1-hour time frame is a beast. It is really, really sharp at giving you bias on the 1-hour time frame right here. So as soon as we hit 9 a.m., you're going to have a different signal. You've got your levels here from the previous session right there. Previous day high, low, Asian session low, high, and so forth, okay? And we're going to see how this plays out right now. Almost. Bet it's opening longs. We'll see right now. And I'll walk you exactly through the process of how this system is it's meant to be used. And then we'll drop down to the lower time frame. So you're not going to see a lot of movement on these bars just simply because they're 1-hour candles. Okay, so here we go, guys. You've got the 9 a.m. Candle right here, okay? And this 9 a.m. candle is telling you that price is likely going to fall, okay? And the reason we know that is because you've got Predicmo right here at the 0 line, okay? Right smack at the 0 line. So this is predicting that price is likely going to drop. And if price is going to drop, then I'm going to go ahead and flip this bad boy over to our 15-minute time frame. And on the 15-minute time frame, you're going to actually you're going to confirm your bias to see whether or not price is actually going to roll down. Your 9 a.m. bar right here, this is actually your 9 a.m. bar. It's actually going up. But if price is projected to drop, you want to see cycle and momentum come down. And at 9 a.m., you still don't have that confirmation there. So let me go ahead and bump this up because otherwise it'll take forever to turn. The 15-minute chart is where you confirm your bias from the 60-minute. Okay, you got the 9:15 bar right there, and we're heading right into the open right now. Okay, guys, here's the opening bell right here. This is 9:30 in the morning, and you can tell you had a big spike and then prices coming down. But you also have cycle and momentum both coming down. So this is really confirming the bias that you saw right here on your 60-minute time frame. Okay, so if your 60-minute is telling you that price is going to come down, is giving you a fair warning in advance that price is actually going to be rolling down. Okay. If that's the case, you want to confirm that bias on your 15-minute, and we just got the confirmation bar right here. That price is actually moving down on your 15-minute time frame. And if that's the case, then I want to look at my 1 minute because my bias is only going to be to the downside. I'm only looking for short trades on this 1 minute time frame chart. That's my bias, and that's the only type of trade that I'm actually interested in taking, trades to the short side here on the 1 minute time frame. Now, here on the one, you've got SIMO for directional clarity. You've got scalp mode. This is your main execution tool. And you've got a volatility filter to kind of let you know how strong that move might be, okay? So you got all three stacks right here. They're ready to go. Let's go ahead and see how this bad boy plays out. Fair value gap right here. Now, you know, with volatility being all the way at 2, and scalp mode being super stretched right here and having what appears to be a pivot trade right here, okay, you know that this is really not going to end up running to the upside the way a lot of people might have expected, okay? So here's what we got right here. We've got the crossing. This is the first crossing. This is the first instance of where we know that price is actually going to be coming down right there. To really take this to the downside, we also have cycle coming down. We got mode coming down. So all this is lining up really good. The only thing is that I want to make sure we hit the point of inflection right smack right there.
Order filled.
Before I actually pull the trade and take it down. Right smack right there. This is the point of inflection, and that's where I pull the trigger to take the trade down. And at this point, I'm waiting for the signal here from scalp mode in order for me to exit the trade. So remember, guys, 4 hour is broad view in the market, okay? Your 1 hour is to establish bias. Your 15-minute is to confirm that bias. And your execution charts, you can take your pick, whether it's a 5, the 4, the 1, or the 40 range chart. You got your choice depending on the type of trader that you are and how long you like holding on to your trades, okay? Now remember, this system, the Cycle Hunter, is a framework for professional scalpers, okay? It's designed for people that want to spend all day in front of their computer trading. Looks like we're getting really close for this trade to be done. And there you go, guys, right there. You got a crossing, and that's exactly where I want to pull the trigger and take my trade off right there. Bingo, okay?
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
So let me just stop this here because I really want to pause and just kind of reflect on what's going on right here. You know, we definitely have cycle going down. We got Mo coming down right here. You're probably wondering, okay, well, what's going on? What would be the dead giveaway right here as to why not to take this trade to the downside? What's wrong with this picture right here? Just kind of focus on the signals here at the bottom, okay? Can someone tell me exactly what's wrong right here with this picture? And why would this be considered a higher risk entry? Price is leading the accelerator. Man, that's right. That's right. Price is leading the accelerator right there. In fact, it already crossed below the accelerator right there, and you've got very low volume as well. This is exactly what makes it a high risk trade. Good eye on that silent noise right here. This right there. Okay. Price is leading the accelerator right there. The accelerator actually just cut with price right there. If you see it, okay, it just actually cut through and it just kind of went sideways. And you had, you know, the price line, which is what the cyan line represents, going down. And you're also in an area of very low volatility right here. This is what makes it a very risky trade to the downside right here, especially this and especially this. This is probably the more important one right here because it's really not going anywhere. And if price is leading the accelerator, you never want to take that type of trade, okay? You want the accelerator to actually be leading price. So this is a trade that you would likely pass on and not take. So here's how you interpret this, guys. Whenever you have volatility that's all the way down here, this is really telling you that there's not a lot of strength in the move in price, and you're going to get a lot of chop. You're going to get a lot of noise in the move in price. Probably not the best quality trades. Okay, so it's 10 a.m. and nothing's moved. This whole thing is just kind of going sideways, just kind of the way I figured right there. So let me go ahead and fast forward this till about 10:30 in the morning and see if we actually get a little bit more play. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, goodness gracious, look at this. This is where we just stopped off right here. And the whole morning session just went sideways right there. Look at that, guys. Look at this whole red line going down here like that. This is telling you that this is nothing but, none of this is tradable, by the way. None of this is tradable. So you don't want to be taking trades when there's really nothing to take right here, guys. There's nothing at all to take right here. You had another instance right here where price led the accelerator, so there was nothing here to take, okay? Same story right here, price led the accelerator. You probably had something here, okay, just like a little trade to the downside, but still, I mean, look at how low volatility is. It just really is not going to move. It's going to be a very poor quality trade. Alrighty, guys, it looks like we're almost good right here. Let me see what happens in the next bar. Got cycle and momentum coming down. Not yet.
Order filled.
Okay, I will take this because the accelerator is actually leading price right there. We'll see where it goes. Probably one of the only, this is honestly like the second best setup I've seen since we started rolling with this at like, what, 9:30? But this is what structure does, guys. It keeps you disciplined right there.
Order filled.
I don't mind taking the trade off right there when it's completely, out of its exhaustion zone and being done with that move. Okay.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
Okay, your bias is still to the downside on your 15-minute as well as on the 60. So, we'll take one more downside trade on this. Right, you just had phase shift right here, which means that something is about to happen. Yeah, that looks okay to me right there. See if we can get the accelerator comes on the other side of that, then I'll go ahead and pull the trigger. Yep, right there.
Order filled.
Got a little bit of an extension here with momentum. Kind of wondering if Mo is going to pull price down. You are here at the zero line with a cycle. All right, so if this bad boy actually goes back up this way, then you definitely want to take the trade off right there. So I'll go ahead and pull that off.
Order filled.
Right there, guys. Okay, I thought Mo would actually pull price down, but it didn't. And this is where you got the crossing above zero. That's where you pull the trade and you're done. Okay, done, finished. And that's the end of it right there. Okay.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
All right, guys, so we took 3 swings. These were probably the better setups of the whole entire session, all the way up until maybe about 11 a.m. This is like the early morning session. This is the Cycle Hunter framework. It uses a larger time frame, 4 hour for broader view, 1 hour for establishing bias, 15-minute to confirm that bias, and then you've got 4 different execution charts: your 5, your 4, your 1, or you can use a range chart here if you so desire, using a range chart right there. Today we did it all here on the 1 minute. That's how you use the framework for the Cycle Hunter system. Okay, guys? Now, for those of you already inside, here's what I want you to do. Go back and replay today's session, run it through, check Moby out, understand what structure was telling you in Moby so that you won't make the same mistakes a lot of rookie traders make when they're trying to chase price. Okay, understand what happened on the 5 and the 4. Understand how to read market structure on the 5 and the 4 so that you never make a mistake like a lot of rookies probably did today that didn't have cycle, didn't have SIMO on their midterm timeframes. Okay, so then run it through the Cycle Hunter as well. If you have this system, follow the same exact process you saw here. Stay disciplined. When price actually drops all the way down here, there's really nothing here to trade. Okay, this is just nothing but noise. Really super noisy right there. You don't learn this by watching, guys. You learn this by recognition, by repetition, And this is how you build pattern recognition, timing, and execution, and confidence in your trades, okay? And for those of you still watching, if you're interested in any of the systems, the links are in my bio. But here's what I'd recommend first. Don't rush into anything. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the videos, understand the framework, and if it makes sense to you, then come on board. That's the best way to approach this, all right, guys?